Hey everybody, it's Dooley1999 here. I'm going to be showing you guys how to use K-guns and depth charges. They kind of work the same way in Naval Battlezone High-Caliber, and how to use them to take out submarines or other targets of interest that are underwater. So as you can see here, I've got a submarine underwater at about probably like 30 blocks down, 20 or 30 blocks. And I also have a little Corvette here. I'm going to show you guys how to use these K-guns. So to make a K-gun launcher, it's pretty simple. It's like a post, really, just with a depth charge on top of it. You don't have to have a whatever block you use on the bottom doesn't really matter. You could have a solid block under it. You could have whatever block you wanted underneath it, so long as it's labeled with the K-gun sign. And we're in pretty good position to hit that sub right there. So to adjust the depth of a K-gun, so how deep underwater you want the K-gun to go before it detonates, you can shift right click and shift left click to adjust the depth value. So we're gonna give 30 a try. Once 30 is ready, you can then shift right click on this to change the charge, and that will adjust how far out the K-gun shoots from the ship. So like charge 1 will be really close, charge 2 is like super far, and 3 is really far. But we're gonna use charge 1 because he's pretty close, and we're gonna go ahead and launch it. So you gotta do ship battle stations. So on your ship you'll do /ship BS, and that will put all hands to battle stations. At that point you'll then be able to right click on the sign to fire a K-gun. That looks like a pretty darn good hit if the depth is right. I'm not sure what will happen if the depth exceeds where the sub is. The sub might not be 30 blocks deep. I don't know if it'll detonate on impact. Yep, sure enough it did. Caused some pretty serious damage too. Yep. In fact, it was enough to cause a crack in the ship, and that ship is gonna sink. So as you guys can see with depth charges, all it takes is a little bit of good positioning and yeah, some good adjustments with your depth charges, and you guys can easily sink subs out on the sea, despite them being able to easily sink you with torpedoes. So always be careful, because subs are not invincible. The depth of the ocean, also, by the way, on a side note, is it's about 150 blocks deep on this server. But as you can see, there's hills and stuff that range about 30 blocks up. So at some places it's 150, some places it's maybe 100. So you gotta still be very careful of the ocean depths. And K-guns can go to a maximum depth of 120 meters, but the blasts might be able to hit things up to 130. So nothing is really safe in the seas unless you're way down at the bottom and you're really small and you're very, very, very maneuverable. Gotta finesse that quite a bit. But yeah, with some good placement and some good coordination of a crew on the surface, you could easily sink submarines on High-Caliber. So thank you guys again for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys in the future on more informational videos.